Lesson 5-3, Inequalities. What exactly is an inequality? Well, in math language, an inequality is a mathematical statement that compares two quantities of different values. The four inequality symbols that we'll be using are the less than sign, the greater than sign, the less than or equal to sign, it is so difficult to write with this thing, the less than or equal to sign, and the greater than or equal to sign. Okay. Let's consider the simple inequality. X is less than 5. What is this basically saying? Well, it's telling us that x can be any number smaller than 5. So on your number line, think of all the numbers that are located to the left of 5, right? So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think about all the numbers that are smaller than 5. Right? There are a lot of possibilities, right? Off the top of my head, 3, 2, 0, -2, -8, right? All of these numbers are less than or smaller than 5, so they would all satisfy this inequality. X is less than 5. Let's consider the inequality x is greater than 5. Well, this is telling us that x can be any number that's larger than 5 or greater than 5. So on your number line, think of all of the numbers that are to the right of 5. Right? Just to pick a few off the top of my head, 7, 8, 15, 1,000. All of these numbers are larger than 5, so they would all satisfy this inequality. X is greater than 5. Okay, now let's consider x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, and what this little line underneath at the bottom of our inequality sign tells us, in this case, is that x can be any number less than 5 or equal to 5. So x can be 5 or smaller than 5, right? So our solutions in this case would be 5, and then think of the numbers that come to the left of 5 on the number line, right? Numbers that are smaller than 5. So 5, 4, -3, -100, right? Even 4.875. Okay? These are all solutions that satisfy the inequality x is less than or equal to 5. And then lastly, we have x is greater than or equal to 5. So in this case, x can either be equal to 5 or it can be larger than 5, right? So x can be 5, or think of the numbers that are to the right of 5 on the number line, all the numbers that are larger than 5, right? So 5, 6, 10, 100, right? 500. All of these numbers satisfy the inequality x is greater than or equal to 5. Alright, let's consider the following sentence. You you must be at least 18 years old. You must be at least 18 years old to vote. I want you to write an inequality that represents this sentence, okay? Where X represents the age you must be to vote, okay? Now the two key words here that are going to tell us which of these inequality symbols to use are the words at least, okay? If you have to be at least 18 years of age to vote, that means you have to be 18 or older than 18, right? That's what at least means. At least 18 means 18 or older than 18. So which symbol will we use? Well, we will use the greater than or equal to symbol. The greater than or equal to symbol, right? Because X, the voting age, is 18 or greater. So X is greater than or equal to 18. Let's try another one. A number X is less than -9. Okay, once again, I want you to write an inequality that represents this sentence, okay? The key words in this sentence are less than. What symbol do the words less than tell us to use? Well, if we draw our number line, and let's say this is 0, -9 would be about here, right? If a number X is less than -9, that means that X must be smaller than -9, or it must be to the left, right? It must be to the left of -9 on the number line. So X can be any number that is less than -9. This would be our inequality, right? X less than -9. X is less than -9 means X can be any number smaller than -9. For example, X can be -10. X can be -100. X can be -1,000,000. X can be -9.5. As long as it's less than -9, it satisfies the inequality. Okay, let's try another one. You want to save more than $150. And really, the trick with these types of problems is figuring out what symbols the words represent in the sentence. Okay, so the key words here are more than, right? So if you want to save more than $150, how much money do you want to save? Well, the amount of money you save, we can call that X. If we want to save more than $150, that means we want to save an amount that's greater than $150, right? So X, the amount we want to save, must be greater than $150. So X is greater than $150, right? Any number greater than $150 would satisfy this inequality. All right, let's try one more. A number Y is at most is at most 45. Okay, so the key words here are at most. What symbol do these words tell us to use? Well, let's think about this. If this is our number line, and if this is 0, let's just, let's say this is 45, right? And of course we have a bunch of other numbers in between. But let's say that this is 45, and our number y is at most 45. That means it can be 45 or less, right? It can't be more than 45 because it says 45 is the most it can be. So our inequality would be x is less than or equal to 45, right? X can be 45 or smaller than 45. So any number 45 or smaller would satisfy this inequality.